many people and students that I have been privileged to know over the 18 years that I have taught in the district. I have asked them to come and celebrate this last concert tonight. Before I begin, I want to say thank yous. First to Melanie Morgan, who is going to narrate the description of the songs we will perform. I also taught her two children many, many years ago. Mrs. Herzog for accompanying my 6th grade orchestra. Tom May, a great colleague that I have been privileged to work with. Mr. Matusik, who drove all the way down from West Bend, who I worked with for 4 years and so appreciated his support and friendship. My friend Connie Reynolds, who has traveled from Naperville, Illinois, who I taught with in Rockford, Illinois, and played in the Rockford Symphony with, and has been a great friend and colleague. She's an orchestra teacher also. Both of these teachers I have asked to be a part of the program tonight. Also, I want to thank some of the Craig High School students that I have taught many years ago at Marshall, who came to help play. I want to thank Adam Miller, our choir director here at Craig, for helping with live stream recording of this concert. Also to you parents for your constant support of this orchestra program for all these years. Last but least, to my awesome students who will now perform for you a fantastic concert. Please quiet your cell phone, and all students must remain for the whole concert. I feel this is a respect for the program. Plus, I feel that the 5th grade can see the progression from 5th to 6th to 7th to 8th grade.
First piece played tonight by the 6th grade orchestra is the theme from Muppet Show, arranged by Elliot Del Borgo. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
This is Alex Spinknall. I taught him, I guess he's at Marshall about 7 years ago. He's a senior now, and he has decided to go to Stevens Point to become an orchestra teacher. Bravo. Yay, we need them. And he came on this week to shadow me when I was at Jefferson and at Marshall, and I felt, you know, as a teacher, the best way to learn is just throw them right into it. So he was very lucky, though, because we were ready for our performance, so he hasn't been through the minefields of all the different notes and all these things that go on. So I asked him if he wanted to conduct a piece, and so he is going to conduct a piece with the 6th grade tonight.
This is called The Abandoned Funhouse by Brian Belmages. The Abandoned Funhouse takes you on an eerie tour that can best be described as an unsettling experience with a touch of curiosity and anxiousness. last piece by the 6th grade orchestra is Russian Music Box by Sun-Hee Newbold. A country torn by revolution and war, Russia has contributed some of the most beautiful art, music, and epic stories to the world. Images of legendary tales, ballet, folk songs, and dancing bears inspired this work. The style of the piece is dance-like and light.
Okay, this is the 7th grade. The program has creatures first, but we're starting with burst, then creatures, and then dragon hunter. Before I start, I want to talk a little bit about the PTA Reflections program. In 7th grade, we do a common assessment on composing our own music. And so all the 7th graders did a piece of music, and they all did a great job. But the PTA Reflection program has a section in it where you can enter your composition into a contest. And so 12 of my 7th grade students decided to do this, and out of the 12, 6 of them won state, and one was sent to, the piece was sent to nationals. So I would like the 12 people who composed piece and put it in the Reflections program, please stand up. Let's give them a hand.
As Mrs. Banwell said, the first piece is called Burst by Brian Belmages. Burst is an explosion of energy that takes place within a short fanfare-style work. It combines detached with legato or smooth styles of playing. The overall style of this work is very aggressive, yet there is a brief respite as string players are called upon to play in a more legato style. The second piece is also by Brian Belmages, entitled Creatures. Creatures is a musical representation of a dark and sinister night full of strange happenings and ghoulish encounters. The piece follows the entrance of these menacing creatures as night falls and continues to track their mischief until the break of dawn with their quiet retreat back into the shadows. The opening symbolizes a menacing march as the creatures emerge from the darkness. As the mischief unfolds, the mayhem reaches its peak with strong dissonance in the upper strings. The music then begins to soften as the audience hears footsteps in retreat of the coming dawn. This next piece is called Dragon Hunter by Richard Meyer. This is a medieval-sounding piece with modal harmonies and driving rhythms. The aggressive main theme is introduced by violins and violas. The theme later returns in canon with cellos and basses being chased, or hunted, by the violins and violas.
Before the Pops Orchestra performs, I want to also acknowledge all the students that played in solo ensemble this year. They either did a solo or they did groups. So if you were in solo ensemble in 6th, 7th, or 8th, please stand now and let's give them applause. Yeah.
The Pops Orchestra will be playing 1,000 Years, arranged by Larry Moore. This is the theme song from the film The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn. It has a simplistic beauty. The words to the song are the following. I have died every day, waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Their next piece is Eleanor Rigby, arranged by Larry Moore, a song by the group The Beatles, written in 1966. An actual Eleanor Rigby was born on the 29th of August, 1895, and lived in Liverpool. She died on the 10th of October in 1939 of a brain hemorrhage at the age of 44 and was buried 3 days later. Regardless of whether this Eleanor was the inspiration for the song or not, her tombstone has become a landmark to the Beatles fans visiting Liverpool. The words to the song are the following. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been, lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong?
Hello, everybody. My name is Connie Reynolds, and I met Ruth when we were in our 20s in Rockford, Illinois, where we taught in the Suzuki program of Rockford College. We were also stand partners in the Rockford Symphony, so we got to play side by side. It's such an honor to be here tonight with you, Ruth. I want to tell you a little story, if that's okay. Some scientist once came up with a theory that if a butterfly could flap its wings really hard, continually, then on the other side of the planet, it could cause a hurricane. You know, the scientist was laughed out of the scientific community, but about 30 years later, it was proven to be true, and it's called the butterfly effect. And you know, butterfly effect works with people as well as butterflies. Mrs. Banwell has been teaching here in Janesville for 18 years and in Rockford for many years before that. She has literally impacted, we figured out, over 3,000 students in her teaching career. And Ruth, what you do and what you have done is the butterfly effect. Through your love of music and the love of all the students that have stepped into your classroom, you've changed the lives of all of us. You've changed the lives of the students on the stage. You've changed the lives of the high school students who are here. You've changed the lives of the college students and beyond. And because these students' lives are changed, it becomes the butterfly effect. Janesville School District is changed because they are changed. And because the school district is changed, the city is changed. I have changed. All because of your love of music. You have changed all of us. Never forget that what you do and what you've done is super important as a music educator and as a musician and as a friend. Your legacy has grown and shifted the Janesville program. It is not the same string program it was 18 years ago, the first day you walked through the door. We will never forget the fantastic work you have done here, and we will never forget all the things that you're still going to do, because you are a butterfly and you will continue to change the world. I love you, Ruth. Thank you very much, everybody.
I brought in a whole lot of Kleenex. The first piece they're going to play is Pirates of the Caribbean, arranged by Larry Moore. This is a medley of songs from the film Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
The next song we are going to play is Wild Western Frontier. For probably about maybe out of the 18 years, maybe about 12 of these years, I've taken the 8th grade to the Great America Orchestra competition. And we leave really early in the morning, and we go to a school, and at the school we perform before 2 judges. So this year we performed Wild Western Frontier, and what was the other one we did? Thank you, Rock Riffs, and we won Superior. We received 99 out of 100 points, so please give them applause.
The Wild Western Frontier is by Soon He Newbald. This piece gives us a scene of the Great Plains to the High Sierras, the American frontier, also known as the pioneer days of the Old Wild West. It was a time of cowboys, gunslingers, lawmen, exploration, Native Americans, and rodeos. Famous stories and myths about ghost towns, mountain men, outlaws, and gun battles have graced the big screen and television for generations. In literature and thousands of books, to the Western theme parks of today, the Wild Western Frontier is still very much alive.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt. This will just take a minute. We're the high school kids that are playing today with the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th graders. And we just wanted to say on behalf of all the kids at Craig High School who have been in your class and have been learned from you, we just want to say thank you. So we got you this gift. And we're really going to miss when you're not around because you're such an inspiration to all the kids who are still going through music at Craig. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Something I just wanted to add was that, like you said before, that I'm going to Stevens Point. I'm going to major in music education, and the only reason I bring this up is because without Mrs. Banwell, I wouldn't be doing it, because she is the person that got me into doing music and really getting passionate about it. And so what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, or what she has done for me, has made a direct impact on that. So thank you.
And so a fitting closing, Beethoven's Finale Symphony No. 5. What a great way to end Mrs. Banwell's final concert.
Everybody just sit down for a minute, okay? Yes. Yes, you get a hug. Yes. What? Yes. Isaiah. Okay, there's some more things going on here, I guess, so hang on. First, Isaiah. Isaiah was at Marshall Middle School last year in 8th grade, and we had Mark Wood come, and he won a scholarship. So he went to Mark Wood Camp last summer and had a fantastic time there, and I'm just very proud of him and what he has done with his music.
Thank you very much. For starters, you have been my teacher for 4 or 5 years now, and I can't believe what I've done here today. I've done so much, and without you, I don't think any of this could have happened. Me getting all these scholarships, going to all these camps, even my freshman year, I just got my first letter in orchestra my first year here. So I don't think without you and your teachings and your lessons or anything, I could have accomplished any of that. And I don't think I would have been here today contributing to music as I am without you. I'm gonna miss you.
First of all, thank you for being my teacher. In the beginning, I struggled a lot. You never gave up on making sure I was the best I could be. I haven't known you as long as some of the 8th graders here, but I will really miss you, and I will definitely use the things you have taught me to become a better cello player in the future. Thank you for being my teacher.
I didn't plan it out like she did. So, thank you for being my teacher. You helped me out through tough times and all that. You still owe us a pizza party. Yeah. So, thank you. It's a little long, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say thank you for being my teacher for 3 years. I remember when I couldn't read notes or put my fingers on the tapes. I remember playing Twinkle Variation 1, 2, and 3. I thought it was very hard, but now I'm playing Dragon Dances and Creatures. I wish you could stay one more year, but you have to move on. I will miss you taking our shoes when we play on the rest. You have changed my life. I started playing viola so I can copy my sister, but now I am in love with viola. You will always be my teacher, and good luck, and I will miss you so much.
Okay. I want to say thank you for being my teacher since the beginning. You've inspired me so. Oh God, I'm crying. I'm about to cry. All right. You've just been there for me, and you inspired me. And without you, I wouldn't be able to get into symphonic my freshman year without you. That's a really big deal for me. Thank you.
Okay, so in 5th grade, no, sorry, 4th grade in elementary school, we went to a little concert in the gym at Harrison, and I saw everyone with their bows all ribboned, and me and Shannon were sitting next to each other. We go, we want to do that. We want to play the violins and stuff. So we go in, and there was no viola, so I decided to play the viola. And then I get into 6th grade, and I'm completely obsessed with viola. I'm writing poems about it in language arts, and she told me to go to this summer camp, which I went to, and I completely loved, and I'm going again this year for my 3rd year in a row. And I'm doing orchestra in high school, and she's just been the great teacher from 5th grade up, and she taught me how to read notes and not be such a doofus playing my instrument. No pancake hands, all you 5th graders and 6th graders, wherever you are. And 7th and 8th. And high school.
When we figured out that you were leaving, we wanted to do something special. So Rose, Galadriel, Maddie, and I wanted to make something for you. We got as many orchestra students as possible to help. Jock?
Okay, everybody. So lately, I've been doing a lot in violin, in orchestra, and so Miss Banwell told me about this really good opportunity to audition for WSMA. I honestly do not know the acronym for it, but so I auditioned a few weeks ago, and I did get a letter that said I'm not in it right now, but oh gosh, Yeah, you take my instrument, please. So, it said, like, please audition next year. I auditioned twice this year. Last year and this year, right? And, I just like that Miss Banwell, like, led me through this. I still remember the 5th grade career fair, and I was so obsessed with orchestra. And, so, Miss Banwell's, like, little thing right here. So, when you're good, or it's the last class of the week, you get Jolly Ranchers, and that's the best part of the class. So, in all of our heads, we're all saying, at the end of the day, it's like, Jolly Ranchers, please. Jolly Ranchers. And then you see the people walking into a room going like, Jolly Ranchers, please. So, yeah, and I had a career fair, and I did orchestra teacher. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
I'm like, I have stage fright, so my heart is pounding. What? It's like pounding out of my chest right now. Anyway, I have something really quick to say. In 5th grade, I went to Roosevelt Elementary School where Miss Banwell was teaching. But at the time, in the beginning of the year, I was doing band as a tuba player. And my friend, like my best friend Josh over here, he's been my friend since 3rd grade. He influenced me to go play orchestra. So in the middle of the year, I decided to go play orchestra, and my uncle had bought me a violin. And I learned so fast with Miss Banwell teaching me. I was so thankful because I thought I would never get to like play in a concert so fast. And I don't know where I'd be without you right now. I probably wouldn't be on this stage right now if it wasn't for Josh and you.
I've only had Miss Banwell for 2 years, sadly not in 5th grade. I went to a different school than you taught. I started slow a little bit in 6th grade, but I went fast, and I learned new notes way farther than I was, and I got these chocolates and a note. I heard you like sort of chocolates.
I lied to you. I'm sorry I asked you. I lied to you.
There's no shoe. I'm sorry. You really helped me go past what I've been. I still want to do it. Sadly, you're not going to be teaching next year, but I think your students are going to be even better. I don't know what to say. I'm excited.
Thank you. Is George going with you?
Yes. Yay. We have this thing about a ghost in our room named George, and when my students play on their rests, I take their shoe, and then they hide the shoes somewhere because they played on the rest. So that's the joke we have in 7th grade. Oh yes, I started that at Harrison. It's been following us, hasn't it? Okay. Well, yes.
Okay, so I've been playing in orchestra since I was in 5th grade, and I actually didn't choose my instrument. Miss Banwell chose it for me. I wasn't sure which one to choose, so I just asked her which one she needed, and she said viola. You were right. We need more violas. I definitely wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, and I still can't read notes properly, but I've gotten way better. So thank you for being my teacher. I'm going to miss you.
Quick hug from her.
Okay, thank you so very, very much for all those wonderful words. You all are just great students, and let me tell you, I am really going to miss you a lot. But I am going to be doing private lessons if anybody is interested. So I will be still involved in teaching, and I will go back and probably play in a symphony because I'll have a little more time. So thank you, and thank you parents, and thank you everybody for coming to this great concert.